Hey guys, it's Kylie. Welcome back to my channel. For today's look, I did kind of a green, almost leaf-like graphic eye, and I'm really in love with how it turned out. I kind of feel like poison ivy, but in the best way possible. If you like makeup tutorials like this, don't forget to subscribe and ring the bell while you're at it so you don't miss out on future videos. And without further ado, let's get into it. Okay, so my brows are on. I'll link that tutorial in the cards above if you haven't seen it already. And then I went ahead and lightly primed my eyes with the e.l.f. Putty eye primer in the shade Rose. And now I'm taking a little bit of the Colourpop Pretty Fresh Concealer. This is in the shade Fair 10N, and I am just gonna do kind of a little swoopty cut crease on my lid with this shade. I like to put a little bit on my lid and look up, and then I like to go a little bit higher than where that line is. I like to use that as a guide. And the nice part about doing this with concealer is that if you mess up and don't like the shape at all, you can always just blend it out and start over. Now I'm just going to fill in those shapes with that concealer. And now before that concealer has a chance to crease on us, I am just going to set it with the Wet n Wild eyeshadow and Creme Brulee, making sure that any creases that have already formed are patted out. We don't want to set those creases in place. Now from the Colourpop and Kathleen Light So Jaded palette, I'm going to take the shade Jade on just a little flat brush and start packing that more towards the outer 2/3 of this shape we have going. Now I'm taking Dude just on that very center, or the very inner third. Making sure that those two colors are nicely blended together. Now I'm gonna go do those steps on my other eye. Okay, now that I have those two colors on my other eye, I am going to take a little bit of Tank from the e.l.f. and Jkissa To The Rescue palette, and I'm just going to smoke that on the very outer edge of my lower lash line, just to add a little bit more depth. Okay, now moving on to the complexion, I am going to prime with the Colourpop Pretty Fresh Primer. I like how moisturizing this primer is. And I'm taking just a little bit of the Tarte Timeless Smoothing Primer on my T-zone and around my nose where I have bigger pores. Now, I'm excited to be using this product again. If you haven't seen my first impressions on it, I did my first impressions on the Colourpop Pretty Fresh Foundation. I'll link that video in the cards above. But I've been loving how natural this foundation looks on my skin. I like to just kind of dot it everywhere first. And then I blend it out with a brush. And later I go in with a sponge to just kind of make sure everything's melted into the skin. Make sure to take it down my neck. I'm just going in with my sponge. Make sure everything's actually blended out. Now I'm taking that Colourpop Pretty Fresh Concealer and putting it just under my eyes to conceal that darkness. And then any other tiny little spots that are still poking through. Now I'm setting that concealer in place with the Coty Airspun powder. And just lightly dusting the rest of the face with that. Adding just a little bit of definition into the face with the Wet n Wild contouring palette in Dulce de Leche. For blush, I'm just popping a little bit of the Tarte blush in Party on. And I like to bring it across my nose too. Just think it makes you look cute and sun-kissed. For just a little bit more bronze, I'm going to use the Physicians Formula Butter Bronzer. Hitting the high points of my face with the Essence Pure Nude highlighter and Be My Highlight. And I'm just redefining my big freckle with the e.l.f. brow pencil. Gonna line my lips with my Essence Soft Contouring Lip Liner in Lost in Love. I'm topping that with just a little bit of my Fenty Beauty Gloss Bomb in Fussy. Hopping back over to the Kathleen Lights and Colourpop So Jaded palette, I just want to pop Peridot on my inner corner. And now with the e.l.f. and Jkissa eyeshadow topper duo, Tsuki to My Heart one, I'm going to take the shade Pup Set on just a little brush and pop that on the inner third of our crease. Kind of work it into the brush on my hand first. And just do nice stippling motions because I don't want to lift any product underneath it. I want to go in with another coat, but I want it to dry first so I can really layer it. In the meantime, I'm going to take that lighter shade, What a Pity Smile, and pop that on my inner corner. Oh, the reflect in these is so pretty. Okay, now I'm going to take another layer of I'm Pup Set, just right over top. Okay, now with the Kiss Magnetic Eyeliner, I'm just going to line my eyes with this. And you want to make sure you give it a good shake first. And then I do like to give it 2 coats, and so once that side dries, I will go in with another layer. While I'm waiting for that to dry, I'm just going to tightline my eyes a little bit with the bareMinerals Lasting Line Long Wearing Eyeliner in Absolute Black. Now with this Nude Rockin' Kohl eyeliner from Charlotte Tilbury, I'm going to line my waterline. Now I'm going in with my second coat of that Kiss Magnetic Eyeliner. curling my lashes and giving them a very light coating of the L'Oreal Bambi Eye Mascara. And I'm coating my bottom lashes while I'm at it. And now I'm just popping on some of the Kiss Magnetic Lashes in Crowd Pleaser. These lashes are so fluttery and they're so easy to put on. I did an entire review on the Kiss Magnetic Lashes, so if you haven't seen that, I'll link that card in the video. Nope, I'll link that video in the cards above if you haven't seen it already. But I am just going to set my face with the Colourpop Pretty Fresh Setting Spray. And that's the finished look. Thank you guys for watching, and I'll see you on Friday.